Hi, DIY study permit. Do it yourself for a study permit. The question is, can you apply for a study permit on your own? Yes, you can. My name is Hossein Amir Ahmadi, Regulated Immigration Consultant.
And I am Nika Rasai, Regulated Canadian Immigration Consultant.
Today we're going to discuss how you can apply for study permit. Now, first of all, you should be able to gather all your documents, make sure that you are detail oriented and you're organized, because if you're making a mistake, you're losing time. You're losing big time. It could be 3-4 months. So that's why people hire lawyers or immigration consultants. Getting started with this, the first part of it, what should they do?
First, you have to choose your program and then your school. You have to make up your mind about what course you're interested in, what program is the best for you.
And one more thing, you should have a reason why you're choosing that subject. Now, if you're studying economics in your home country and now you're choosing art here in Vancouver or in Canada, what's the reason why you're changing your subject? So you need to have a reason. You have to look at it from the point of view of the officer. When they see your application, you have been studying something else, now you're changing. Yeah. Why? What's the reason?
There are two types of schools in Canada: primary and secondary schools for minor children, and then post-secondary schools, which includes universities, colleges, technical and vocational schools, even language schools. The question is, what is DLI, Designated Learning Institutions? In Canada, provinces and territories designated schools that can accept international students. If you want to apply to come to Canada as an international student, your school or university should be a DLI.
Check with the immigration website. There are two different types of them. The colleges that you cannot get postgraduate work permit, and colleges or schools that you can get the postgraduate work permit as well.
It is worth mentioning that all primary and secondary schools in Canada are DLIs.
Yeah. Okay, so your first step is to choose the right program or the right school for yourself. Now, it should be somehow related, or if it's not related to your background, to what you have studied before, you should have a reason why you are choosing the subject. So that's first part of it. And then the colleges, the secondary colleges or universities that you're choosing, make sure they have a DLI when you're choosing, and you get postgraduate work permit after you graduate. So this is the first step where you should start from.
Next step is how to apply for a university or college. First, after choosing your university or college, go through their websites. This is the most important part, that you can get the information, what are the requirements to apply for that specific university or college. Then, if you see you're qualified, most of the time you have to have some documents ready, and then if you're qualified, you fill out the application form, pay the application fee, and send them the full package through their websites.
Now, most colleges, they are very cooperative. If you ask them, if you email them, ask them any question, they will answer you. So don't go and right away sign up and register yourself for the course. Get all the information, compare it to other colleges, universities, make sure that you have a right choice, and then apply for it. And make sure the application fee, the first application fee, some of them are around $300.
Yes.
It's non-refundable. So list of the DLI will be in the link below. Now remember to subscribe as well. If you like our videos, like them, notification, turn it on. Now, cost of application, tuition fee, where you're gonna live, how much cost of renting a room or apartment in that area. Those are the things that you should, and the deadlines for intake, that's very important. So the second step that you should do, choose your right institute that you're applying for, compare it to other institute, universities, colleges, and check the area. Google these days can help you a lot. You can go and see what are the rents in that area, how easy it is to find a room, all those things. And once you have decided, now you're getting your documents ready to apply.
After sending your application to the school, it takes sometimes for the school to process your application. If you're qualified and send the whole package, a complete package of documents and application form, you're going to be approved. After receiving the approval, they're going to send you an email, a specific amount of tuition fee that needs to be transferred to the school's account, and then
this is very important. Now, many people think that they're gonna pay the tuition fee when they get here. No, you're paying your tuition fee before you come here. As soon as you get your acceptance letter, you should pay, or before that, you should have paid the tuition fee.
That's
now,
right.
Processing time, most of the time, most colleges, university, they take them 1 month. So plan ahead of time. Now, most colleges, they will ask you for the whole year's tuition fees. Some of them, they will accept 6 months or maybe even less than that. Make sure the college or university that you're paying tuition fee, you'll get the postgraduate work permit. That's mostly important to everyone, unless you just want to come and study and go back to your home country. If you're planning to stay here, postgraduate work permit after you graduate, it's very important. Colleges, most of the time, 15, 16,000, even 20, 25,000. That's the cost of tuition fee for 1 year. The colleges that you see, it's 6, 7,000, 10,000. Probably you don't get the postgraduate work permit after you finish.
After clearing your account with the school, transferring the tuition fee, the school gonna issue you the acceptance letter. This is the first part that you have done with. It doesn't mean that with that acceptance letter you can travel to Canada and start your study. That's not the point. Next step is, and this is the main part, you have to apply to get a study permit. That paper allows you to come to Canada and start your study legally.
Acceptance letter could be conditional acceptance letter.
That's
now,
right.
if you are coming here to study English first and then start your academic courses, they will give you a conditional acceptance letter. It means that you have another acceptance letter that you're coming here to study the language, the English language or French language, and after that you start your college or university. Now, applying for the study permit, that's where we come into the picture. That's where we're gonna help you. Now, we do the whole process if you want to. We'll find the college for you, we'll do the application, and then we do the visa application as well. And what we have to do for you is to reduce the time that you spend on these applications. Instead of you going through all these documents or through everything, and it may take you week, maybe few weeks until you gather them, our office may do it in less than 1 day. Right. So that's the benefit of working with either a lawyer or immigration consultant. Now, you need to gather your documents. So what kind of documents you need to gather and how accurate they have to be. Your bank statement should be at least for the past 6 months.
A person who is enrolled in a DLI, Designated Learning Institute, with an acceptance letter in hand is qualified to apply to get a study permit. The most important part is to prove you have enough money to support yourself and any family members that come to Canada with you throughout your journey, throughout your stay in Canada.
Now, immigration website tells you that if you got $10,000 for yourself, $4,000 for your accompanying person like your spouse, and $3,000 for your children, this is after you have paid the tuition fee. Tuition fee could be $25,000, $30,000, $15,000. We always recommend to show at least 50,000 Canadian dollars. You have the support. Everybody knows that when you come here, you can work 20 hours per week, but don't rely on that. And immigration doesn't want you to rely on that. That's something extra you get when you get here, but it's not something that you can rely on.
That's right.
So your acceptance letter, it's good for the school year that you're starting. So if you're supposed to start on September and you don't get your visa or you get refusal, you want to try again, you need a new acceptance letter. So your third step, what to do when you want to apply. So study plan is very important. The financial support is important. Acceptance letter is important. The transcript for the past 2 years, it's all important. And you have to go through every single document, make sure that you have the right documents and they're either translated into English or French, or not in any other languages. In your native language, it has to be translated to English or French.
I guess this is really important about the study plan. The study plan explain to the officer that why did you choose that specific program? Why did you choose Canada to come to study? And what is your plan after getting graduated?
Yeah, you see, study permit, again, it's a temporary visa. You're coming here, you're studying. Your goal in the first step should be that you're going back after you finish your study. Now, after you finish your study and if you get the postgraduate work permit, you decide to stay here, that's a completely different story. But right now, you say that I'm coming here, my plan, my goal is that I'm studying. Once I'm finished, I'll go back. And what benefit this brings back to your country? What does it do for you?
Before COVID-19, if you wanted to come to Canada to study for at least 6 months or less, you didn't need to get a study permit. But now, because of, there are high demands to come to Canada to study for a course of 6 months or less, the government just announced that everyone should need to get a study permit.
For students that are already here in Canada with a study permit and they want to extend their study permit, now make sure before expiry of your study permit, apply for the extension. If you let it go after the expiry date, you cannot study until you get the new one. But if you apply before that and you are already a student, you are studying, you can still continue your school. One more thing that you pay attention to, gap in your education. If you graduated 5-6 years ago, 10 years ago, and now you want to continue, you should have a good reason. The study plan, that's important to bring this in your study plan, why you're trying to study again, what benefit it gives you, and what's your future plan for the next 5 years, what you're doing. Now, if you have a master's degree in your own home country, you want to continue as a doctoral, or you want to do another master's degree, both are possible.
Also, you mentioned it and a question popped up in my mind. Some people studied higher education like they have master's degree, but they decide to come to Canada to get a diploma. Is it possible?
Well, it depends on the subject. If the education you have had from before, it's much lower level than what we have here in Canada, it's possible. Officer looks at every small single details, see why you're going back, why you're going to the high school, or you're going back to the bachelor degree, from master's going to a bachelor degree. So all these details are important, but it's possible, it may happen.
Yeah, that's why the study plan helps you to develop your idea, convince the officer, beside your supporting documents, the reason you're coming to Canada.
Refusals. Now, that's where we come into the picture. That's where we can help you. And when if you get refused, it doesn't mean that's end of the world. We can still apply second time. We can argue with the officers why you should be eligible for the study permit. If you have done your case properly, you shouldn't get refusal letter. That's why you're saving time and money by hiring someone professional to do this for you. Once you get your study permit approved, you still don't have the study permit in your hand. You have to take a ticket, come to Canada. In the airport, CBSA officer gonna examine everything again, make sure all the documents are right. So don't worry if they ask you too many questions. That's normal. They ask all the everyone, the workers, the students, they ask all these questions. They make sure that everything is genuine, real, and then they will issue you the study permit. It's a big piece of paper like this that says a study permit on it, and now you're a student, you can start your life here.
It is important to bring the letter of introduction with you when you land to Canada, as well as your acceptance letter from your school.
Now, once you're here, you need to apply for social insurance number. You get a different one than the permanent residence, yes, but you get that. Your medical, you get MSP or medical services plan, and you can open a bank account here. You will be treated like any other Canadian here once you're on a study permit. And if you have children, if you are on a study permit and you have small children that they go to school, they study like any Canadian children. It's free of charge. Medical, it's almost free. It's not 100% free, but it's very low fee for the medical. So
how about the spouse?
A spouse
Like
can get open work permit, so they can work any job they want. So that's one of the benefits.
One question is, what if you get the acceptance letter, you apply for your study permit, but your study permit gets refused? What will happen to the tuition fee you transfer to the school?
Make sure check the return policy with every school. Some schools, they don't deduct anything. They will give you back all the money, right. Just the 300 fee that you have paid when you send in the application. Some of them they deduct maybe $1,000, $2,000 and then refund you back. But make sure you read all this. And one more thing that you could do, you could always transfer the fee to the next year. So if you get refusal now and you don't want to, you want to continue, you want to apply next time, you could transfer it for the next year.
That was a brief description on how to apply for a study permit by your own. And that's your part now to think about if you want to apply it by your own, yourself, or you want to ask for a professional help.
Good. So there are a few things that you should be considering. First of all, are you organized? Are you patient and detail-oriented? Can you do it yourself? If not, leave us a comment below. We can help you, give you a good assistant. Instead of losing all the money trying yourself, we could assist you to get a positive answer.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification. Whenever we post a new video, you're gonna receive it.